Hey guys, happy Friday. Hitman23 here, and I'm here to do a video response for John 3D 80s Kids and my hobby, I guess, obsessions, what I get obsessed about with my collection. So he wants at least three, and I actually had to think about this for a while, and it wasn't too hard, but I just wanted to. I was thinking about it, just like, does this make sense? So, give me a second. I'm going to show you three things that I think I'm kind of obsessed about, and some of the stuff I'm working on. So, be right back. So, the first thing I want to show you is something I get obsessed about, and you may even ask yourself why these aren't, and expensive or whatever. You could toss them, but I don't know. I don't like to waste things, and it drives me crazy. I guess this is more of a pet peeve, but it's also an obsession of mine because I have to do something about it. At least try to do something about it. So I don't like when people put like stickers on holders like this. All right, it drives me insane. I get obsessed, and I get obsessed to the point where I have to peel this off to see if I could save it. I mean, they're still good. They're still good holders. There's nothing wrong with them, not scratched up or anything. And if they were scratched up, I would throw them away. But these are like perfectly good holders. And last night I worked on one, and I got all this sticky stuff all over it, and it's just driving me nuts. It's like destroying my OCD. And now I have to see if I can. I think I can get this off with either acetone or like Goo Gone or something. But it's just, to me, like, if you're gonna put a sticker on your holders, one good piece of advice I have, you could take a little piece of like blue or green painter's tape and put it underneath and then put the sticker on top. This way you could peel the sticker off with the painter's tape. That won't stick as much. But, it is what it is. People do what they do. And but that's just one thing that, gets my OCD going. So that's the first thing. Next thing, you'll see in a second. All right, guys, next thing are my binders, and I do a lot of team theme binders, and I get obsessed about color. I use I buy most of my binders from Target, and I get the colored binders based on the primary colors of a team. So you got my Yankee binders, I got some A's binders here, I got a couple of Phillies binders, right? And then I got my Redskins binders down here. Now, unfortunately, with the Redskins, I can't find burgundy binders, so I went with the secondary color of like gold, and that's the closest I could get. But I definitely try to like keep my binders in some sort of theme. And as I display and curate my collection, I really like that word curate. I think it's really good word to describe how we keep our collections. I attribute that to John Mangini. But I think it's really a powerful word because we really are like picking things and things that are important to us, things that are important to the hobby, things that we enjoy, and putting them together. And to me, it's the whole piece. It's the whole collection rather than like just one piece. And if you know what I'm saying, right? So I like my binders to match. I even do players like my main Yankee PCs of single players, Derek Jeter, Bernie Williams, and of course Don Mattingly. I do those in blue binders as well because they were Yankees for their whole career. I have my Ricky binder, which I'm going to switch over probably to a green binder because he's most recognizable with the Oakland A's. So stuff like that. But my other set binders that I when I build sets, and if I put them in a binder, I usually use the Ultra Pro binders. But even at that, I want to try to like get them to where they're more uniform. I have different styles of those. So that's driving me crazy because I want to get those all looking the same so it looks nice and uniform. So my binders is something that I'm always constantly tweaking. And then here I've got this is my one franchise PC, and I do them in team color binders. So this is a Washington Nationals binder. I just have to get a logo for that one. And you can see what I do here. I just use the old Fleer stickers. I cut them out and I use them in the spine. But that's what I do with my binders, and I'm pretty obsessive about that. All right, last thing I will show you in a second. All right, guys, here's the last piece of my obsession. It's how I lay out the inside of my binders. And as you can see here is my Don Mattingly, one of my Don Mattingly binders. And I very much like to keep like designs together. I do hybridize it a little bit in terms of years. Now, obviously, the first two cards up here are his 1984 Topps and OPC cards, but the rest of these are all, from the 2000s and on, right? But they're the same design, and I like to see, full pages of, the same design cards. I remember back in the 80s, that was like the thing to do, is like having a full page of the same card. Like, it looks really cool when you have 9 of the same cards on a binder page. So you got that. And then from there, I kind of do it by year. And that's just an open binder page here for, some overflow, which I haven't, obviously we'll be filling up eventually. But then I just do it by year. I keep my 85s, together 86s, 87s, and so on and so forth. And then as I break out of Topps, and it's a lot easier to do this when a player stays with the same team over his career because everything can kind of stay together. But as you break out, I do try to keep things by brand, right? So all my Allen and Ginters that I have, I try to keep everything by brand. And then if I can't do it by brand, I try to do it by style, right? I mean, I guess these are all Fleer box sets, so those all go together, okay? And I try to put them in the year chronologically as best I can. Some of these meld into one another by year. It's like you look at them like, I don't know what year is that from. Fleer made like 12 sets that year. But I try to keep all that kind of stuff together. Fleer Ultras, And then let me think about a good, I'm trying. Oh, yeah. So, like, again, this makes sense to me. Like, food issue cards go together, So I try to keep that. These are the Topps box set cards. I, again, keep them together, all my KBs and stuff like that. Here's the Boardwalk and Baseball. I got to get the one without the line because of that. Their variation on that. There's this same one, but it doesn't have the line there. And then when it gets to like really like esoteric stuff, you see I got all my classics there. And these are like unlicensed cards. So all my unlicensed cards are kind of together. And these are kind of like just classic, pretty easy to get unlicensed Don Mattingly cards. And then I have my sports flicks all together. So you see, I'm very obsessive about that. And I go through my binders a lot, and I'm always tweaking them, moving cards around, and trying the best to keep that standard going through my binder collection. So definitely one of my obsessions in my collection that keeps me going and keeps me real and keeps me busy and interested. So that's what I got for you, John. I hope I was clear and understandable. And that's it, guys. So, guys, check out John 3D 80s Kid if you have not. He's got a great channel. Shows some great cards. Has, the second channel with 4 collectors for collectors. And John does some great editing. Like, I love his editing and the stuff he puts in his videos. Just fantastic. I just don't have the time to do that or the patience. So kudos to you on that, John. Keep going with the great, great work that you've brought to YouTube over the last year plus. All right, guys, take care. And I will see you soon. May the cardboard God shine down upon each and every one of you. Peace.